wonder what Mihoshi and Kiyone are up to.
I wonder as well.
I too show interest in speculating at what they might be doing. Oh, hey, welcome to the Rerun Lounge. I'm Remy, and have you ever watched a show to have just a single episode stand out to you? Maybe the episode was tonally different from the rest of the series. Perhaps it revolved around characters or subject matter that interested you. Hell, what if it was the only good or bad episode? I can think of a few from various series that I enjoy. What comes first to my mind is an episode of the 1995 harem comedy, Tenchi Universe, known as Tenchi Muyo in Japan. Be sure not to confuse it with Tenchi Muyo, the American name for the OVA that is originally called Tenchi Muyo Ryooki, and that is based off the manga simply called Tenchi Muyo. Why does it have to be so confusing? Can't things just be simple in life? It's okay though. In fact, the episode we are looking at today, No Need for Resident Officers, largely revolves around the difficulties of life, from small to large. Episode number 6 of Tenchi Universe features Kiyone Makibi, a first-class Galaxy police detective, and her incompetent partner turned roommate, Mihoshi. She doesn't have any other name, just Mihoshi. Let me set a little foundation before we get into the meat of this vid. It all begins in episode 5, No Need for Partners. We see the introduction of Kiyone as a character. She is sent to Earth amid suspicions that Mihoshi, once thought dead, could be alive. Upon further investigation, she is found alive and very well, rooming with an Earthling named Tenchi and his family, along with the 2 missing princesses of planet Jirai, Ayeka and Sasami, the universe's greatest and maddest mind, Washu, and the wanted space pirate, Ryoko. Duty comes first for Kiyone, so she attempts to arrest the wanted criminal, but fails miserably when Mihoshi is brought into the mix. Upon reporting her findings back to headquarters, she learns that she and her newly recovered partner have been assigned to patrol duties in the solar system. Seeing that Tenchi already has a full house, the two rent out a cheap apartment in the city and begin their new lives together. Overall, Kiyone's new assignment is not only a step down from her normal duties, but rooming with Mihoshi is her worst nightmare. This episode centers on a single day in the lives of Kiyone and Mihoshi, starting from the moment they wake. This scene tells us all we need to know as it pans across a mountain of instant ramen and convenience food on the floor. Messy? Sure it is, but don't let first glances play you for a fool. It is not a monument to laziness and filth, but a testament to their exhaustion and struggle as they scrape by every day. Both of them have acquired new part-time jobs, you see, one at a construction site and the other at a fast food restaurant, and we follow them as they strive to adapt. It seems they got a gig at Dick Monald's, must be the competitor to WickDonald's. Unlike the other episodes of the show, the laughs are played down in exchange for a more melancholic mood. There are multiple scenes of pure ambience where the atmosphere is heavy. The first of these takes place during their break at the construction site. The action goes on hold and lets us breathe as we get a glimpse into Kiyone's emotional state. She stares down at her convenience store meal sealed in plastic as the reality of her situation sets in before we hear a soft whimper and see distortions on the screen. We peer out of her eyes as tears swell. Despite what we know about past or future episodes, we are in her current mind. As of now, her days of being a successful detective are behind her. She is living with the woman who unintentionally drug her career and life to its current state. And as far as she knows, she is holding her future in her hands. The moment is brief and ends with a bit of comedy when Mihoshi misunderstands her tears.
What's the matter with you? Have you got a stomachache or something?
No, I don't!
But those seconds give insight to how she is adjusting, and well, she is trying. Kiyone has difficulty keeping a positive outlook, which is understandable, but it does often cause her to have bursts of emotion.
Hey, just what do you think you're doing, Mihoshi?
You said it was okay.
Her strengths come from her competence and responsibility. She keeps things in order and works hard to stay afloat with her roommate. As much as she dislikes where she is in life, Kiyone pushes on. Mihoshi's strengths stem from her positivity. She always has a smile on her face and seems to have settled into her routine better than Kiyone, though she lacks the competence that Kiyone has and often fumbles in one way or another at her jobs, getting not only herself, but also Kiyone in trouble.
Not you again? What's wrong with you guys anyway?
I'm so sorry.
Guilty by association, I guess. Some of the humor in this episode comes from her ineptitude, but when more context is given, the humor is dampered.
Finish your breakfast. What are we gonna do if you get fired again?
She has already been fired before due to her clumsiness, and it could happen again. Between Mihoshi's antics and leaving early to fulfill their duties as Galaxy Police detectives, their source of income hangs by a thread.
Can we please leave early?
Early, not again!
Yep, that's still a thing. They can't neglect their patrol. It is at least easier than it used to be when they hunted space criminals, but dealing with minor accidents isn't exactly what they desire. Each time the two are called for duty, Mihoshi gleefully speculates that the call could be for something big.
Could this be an armed robbery or a space mafia case? I have a feeling it's a big case this time!
Hoshi, you brought the microphone?
Kiyone doesn't get her hopes up though. She knows what to expect. Balancing Earth and space duties is difficult, but necessary to make rent.
Everything is so expensive here on Earth. How else can we pay the rent on this apartment?
Tell me about it. Beyond their work lives, we do get to see their downtime as well, and it is only marginally better. Whether they are shopping, exhausted from the day, visiting with friends, or trying to unwind at karaoke, it isn't exactly what you would call peaceful. When everyone comes over for a visit, it ends with Ayeka and Ryoko's rivalry destroying their apartment. And any attempts to have fun at karaoke are cut short when duty calls.
Oh my god, we're gonna get called, Hoshi! Roger!
To cap off their night, Kiyone discovers that a third job may be necessary to afford their meager lifestyle, though the carefree Mihoshi has already fallen asleep,
At least somebody's carefree.
leaving Kiyone alone, knowing how much more difficult things are about to get. Every aspect of their day is difficult and tiring. Their monetary situation, their inability to enjoy their own time, and the way the day unfolds before them is depressing. They visit the bathhouse to unwind at one point, and during this scene, we finally get to see our protagonists enjoy themselves and truly relax, without disaster or interruption. On top of that, there is a brief but touching scene where the two share a conversation that furthers their relationship in a more positive direction.
But I thought you were always relaxed, Mihoshi.
Yeah, you think so?
Definitely.
Since this episode has both women as a major focus, we not only see their work life and hardships, but we also experience their relationship with each other as friends, partners, and roommates. Miho Kiyo. It sounds odd, but it is the name given to Mihoshi and Kiyone by their mutual friend Washu.
So, this is Miho Kiyo's place, is it?
Miho Kiyo?
That's short for Mihoshi and Kiyone.
A portmanteau of their names. It denotes their bond and how they are seen as a duo by everyone else. The girls don't exactly love the nickname. Mihoshi even says it sounds like a goofy comedy duo.
Well, I don't like the sound of it.
Yeah, it sounds like the name of a goofy comedy team or something like that.
Poking fun at how they are written as such, though their relationship is a bit deeper than merely playing off each other for comedy. In Kiyone's very first appearance in the show, she is shown in the midst of festivities celebrating the death of her partner.
You were always such a burden to me.
In fact, she showed dismay upon discovering that she was alive.
Oh, to see Mihoshi alive and well makes me so very mad. I mean, so very glad.
It's safe to say that Kiyone hates her, and maybe even wishes death upon her, at least at this point in the series. Mihoshi is completely unaware of Kiyone's hatred towards her and views her as a friend. It's a classic comedic relationship that is usually played for laughs, but things become a bit more depressing when a show asks to be taken more seriously. As stated earlier, Mihoshi is responsible for destroying Kiyone's career and putting her in the position she is now.
All of that was Mihoshi's fault. It's all because of her.
She graduated second in her class and was on her way to becoming a very successful detective. Once she was partnered with Mihoshi, her career took a shift for the worse as she became a victim to the woman's accident-prone nature. Now, she must live with and rely on her for rent, even though each day is a gamble on whether or not she will lose her job. It's not only a blow to her success, but also her ego. It's understandable that Kiyone holds a deep resentment towards this woman. During the course of the episode, her hatred for Mihoshi peeks through whenever she has an emotional outburst and shouts at her partner for little to no reason.
Sure, get out of bed!
A hot chocolate would be good too. How about a pork chop burger? Our pork chop burgers are the
Stop
best.
already!
But you told me to give them some suggestions, Kiyone.
And what's the customer supposed to do with all that?
It sounds like the name of a goofy comedy team or something like that.
Hey, goofball, shut up already.
Let's sing this one together, okay?
No!
Come on, it'll be fun.
Mihoshi isn't completely innocent either. Her ineptitude and irresponsibility hurts Kiyone in multiple ways. The childish woman makes it so that Kiyone has to pull more weight than her and does cause unnecessary stress.
Wow!
Oh, I beg you. Please don't let it be what I think it is.
Their relationship during this episode could be described as toxic, but that is also considering that they are both still adjusting to living with each other. There are still plenty of knots to work out, which is why they both put in work to improve any shortcomings in their relationship. Kiyone tries to reel in her anger and resentment towards Mihoshi.
I'm sorry I caused so much trouble.
Don't worry about it. Let's hurry and finish shopping or we'll be late for our next job, Mihoshi.
She tries to be patient and forgiving. It's not easy, but little by little, Kiyone begins to get used to living with her new roommate, even giving in to her pleas to splurge a little, despite their financial situation.
Can I buy some snacks?
Oh, okay.
Wow!
Mihoshi also puts an effort not to stress her friend out and does show legitimate concern for her.
What's the matter with you? Have you got a stomachache or something?
No, I don't!
Even if she struggles to understand Kiyone's feelings sometimes. Both of them are in a tough spot, and they have each other for support. Things are tense and uncertain, but as they continue to wake up every day and learn more about each other, then maybe they can go from tolerating each other to having a great and healthy friendship.
Wonderful, Kiyone!
Oh, well, thank you.
At the end of the episode, after Kiyone finishes her calculations and notices Mihoshi has fallen asleep, she gives a soft smile, signaling that she is starting to come around to the woman that she once hated.
Let's sing one more together, Kiyone.
Things are rough, but the struggle is easier with a Miho to her Kiyo. No Need for Resident Officers is one of my personal favorite episodes of Tenchi Universe. I adored the series as a whole, but that is an episode that really stood out to me and deepened my appreciation for Kiyone as a character. Also, I'm a real sucker for those slice of life episodes, especially when they give a peek into character struggles. Life isn't easy, and when I see a fictional character partake in the complexities of life, my interest is piqued. Episode 5 of Tenchi Universe introduced a comical duo into the show, but episode 6 humanized them and added layers of intrigue. Alrighty, loungers, thanks for sticking around till the end. If you enjoyed your stay, please consider leaving a like, smashing subscribe, or contributing a comment below. Also, I got another few vids you might want to take a look at if you want some more anime content. It was great chilling with you, and I hope to see you return to the Rerun Lounge.